Hey, it's Lance, a five-star host. We're going to talk a little bit about communication on this particular video. You may think that, okay, you have all these rentals, it's a lot of communication, talking in person type deal, and that's not the case. It's not the case. Rarely do we meet the tenants that we have, and we've housed a lot. Linza, for the most part, she does the communication with the tenants, with the guests, whatever, and it's not a whole lot that we talk in person. Everything is done online and through text messages. So going into it, midterm rentals is what we specialize in. Short-term rentals, of course, you know what those are. Those are anything that's, less than 2 weeks or anything less than 4 weeks. And midterm rentals, you're talking about anything that's over 30 days. And that can be a year. We love those. For me and Linza, we manage a lot of those in this area. And they come fully furnished. We pay everything. Only thing the guests bring is their clothes. And for the most part, like I said before in the other videos, the location is key. Really, location is key. Now, if you're doing a short-term rental and you're trying to give them some type of experience, that's one thing because, unless they're close to some type of area they want to be in, they want to experience something with the Airbnb. But with the midterm rentals, they want to be close to whatever their assignment is. Because most of the time, we're getting people that are professionals, doctors, nurses, professors, and they want to be close to whatever they got to travel to get there. Now, you're looking to get into the midterm rental business, and you're kind of concerned about this over. You're kind of concerned about the nuisance of meeting tenants, talking with people on the phone. That'll have to be the case. I believe, or we know, that you want to attract tenants or guests that their preference is to text and send emails as their form of communication. It's going to make your job a whole lot easier, just in case, you may have a series of events going on. If you're on the phone constantly, that may be hard to handle. But you want to attract the, guest that's going to be communicating by email and text. Lindsay can attest that she goes through everything with a fine-tooth comb when it comes to communication by text or email. So she's answering all their questions for the most part. When they come in for an inquiry for the midterm rentals, there's already a frequently asked questions sheet that if they think that this particular unit is a good fit for them, she's going to email them a frequently asked questions, and that's going to, everything that they may have pertaining to the unit or questions, it's going to be on there. Now, she's not going to provide the address, but it's going to be questions that she wouldn't normally answer the phone or talk to people about. It's going to be on that piece of paper. And once they go through that phase, it's going to be a pre-qualification letter. Pre-qualification letter. That's going to tell them what are the prerequisites for the unit. And usually that's a good filtering tool. So if you got somebody that may have some issues with, rental history, not paying on time, well, that particular sheet is going to determine if it's going to be a good fit for us. But all of these things are done through email and text messages. And I would say the first line of defense or the first method is probably email. And then if they're serious about it, she starts sending text messages if they, get through the pre-qualification. And she has this thing all documented on a sheet. So all she has to do is just copy and paste or send the sheet. So it's not like she has to type these things up all the time. It's just something that's pretty standard as a template. It makes the job a whole lot easier. So if she gets 6 or 7 or even 10 people at one time, all she's doing is just using that same format to talk to all of the people she's talking with. Now, a good way to keep up with your tenants and the check-in dates and the checkout dates, she normally puts their name in there and what day they're checking in and what day they're checking out on the text message. So we know exactly when they're going to be leaving and when they're there. Because you may have somebody with the same name. Let's just say if you have a tenant named Chloe, right? If you just put Chloe as a text message or the contact name, it could be Chloe from a person that checked out a couple of months ago. So it's a good determining factor a good nomenclature on how to communicate with the right people. Because it's me and her, and it's fairly a small business besides, our crews that does the handyman work and maintenance and that kind of stuff. We generally use one platform and we share the information as it comes in. So If our phone rings, if somebody's calling, well, we both are on that particular line. If somebody sends a text message, we both can see it. It's a good way for us to really be on one page, one accord, so everybody's getting the same information and we're, tackling the task at hand based upon what's coming in. That's one thing I mainly suggest is using the same software when it comes to communicating with the people so everybody knows what's going on. So if you hired somebody, well, hey, they have the information too. So they can kind of really check in, hey, did you see that text message come in? Because we all get it at the same time. It's really cool. And lastly is the reviews. And the reviews come into play once the people leave. You want them to leave a good review. If you have a nice property, they're going to be happy when they check in. And if you give them a good experience, they're going to be happy to give you a review. So it's almost, second nature. Say, hey, give us a review on what we've done. And we hope for you to come back. And in most cases, sometimes you got to remind them, or you want to do it before they check out. They'll give you a good review if you've done everything right. If you cross all the T's and dot all the I's, they'll be happy to leave you a review because, reviews are very, very, very important. So yeah, there's a few things that you can consider, when you're doing your midterm or short-term rentals. Consider that, you don't really have to talk to people or meet people in person, but you will have to communicate by text message and email. So if you don't want to do that, you may have a problem because in today's society, people don't want to meet people. They just want to stay. All right, so hit that like, subscribe button, and look forward to some more videos so we can help you. If you need some coaching, please reach out. We have a curriculum, we have a course, and we do one-on-one, and we'd love to help you. Peace.